Well, the world has still gone nutty, buddy, even downright cruddy, buddy. Wish I missed the past, buddy, but there's still Buddycast. No, don't be naughty, go meet a buddy here on Buddycast.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the founder and host of Buddycast, Nick Sorensen.
Welcome, buddies, to another episode of everybody's favorite show, Buddycast. I'm your host, Nick Sorensen, and joining me today is a special buddy, the president, Mr. President of Waldameer, Mr. Steve Gorman. How you doing today, Mr. Gorman?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode.
Thank you for inviting me. It's so fun to be included in your list of all these interesting people you've had on.
Awesome. You know, one person we've had on your show was twice your son David, who writes a fantastic novel series about your park, Waldameer. How proud are you of David right now?
Well, my wife and I are both very proud of him that he has been able to accomplish his goal of being a published writer, and the fact that he's got 4 of them out now it's very rewarding for me to see that our son has accomplished those goals, and the fact that he includes Waldameer in the setting for all his books just makes it more enjoyable for me to read it.
Awesome. So what do you think about this? What do you think about his books, by the way?
Oh, I think each one I read it without stopping, so it was interesting to read, and it made me want to continue and finish it and want to know what's next,
Oh, brilliant. Hey, the same. That was me in the last book. I'm kind of like, if I put this down, I'm not going to know. I'm going to spend the entire tomorrow going, what next? So I got to ask, how did you first become involved with Waldameer?
I was working at GE as a mechanical engineer, and I had married my wife, who is the daughter of the owners. And so I was kind of observing the park operation for a while from a distance. And I volunteered to help a few times when they needed help in late season when they get low on staff. And so that gave me a little bit of a feeling for what it would be like to work there. And then honestly, I got tired of working for a big corporation, and I felt a little bit like a lumber there at GE, big corporation. And I just thought I would go to the family business that I could have a little bit more say in what happened and feel more rewarded with my work.
Nice. Love how you go. I love how you go into the family business and you don't look back.
No, not going back to a big corporation.
Mm-hmm. So for our buddies out there, I forgot to ask this in the beginning, for our buddies out there who maybe aren't familiar with Waldameer, could you give them like a brief description of what it is?
Sure. We're a family amusement park outdoors, and we have a water park and an amusement park. And it started in 1896, which for people who are not great at math, that's 127 years old now. But it was started by the trolley company. So in Erie, before cars were prevalent, the trolley company started the amusement park by just having mostly a picnic area and the beach, Waldameer Beach actually. And it just slowly grew over the years, and it survived World War I, Depression, and then World War II, and so it survived all these economic hardships, and has continued. And we still are, the last 30 years we've really tried to grow it and maintain its relevance, and I think we're succeeding.
Awesome. And what do you love most about Waldameer? What wakes you up every summer and goes, I get to go to work today, or I'm involved in such a great area?
It's really hard to answer that quickly, and there's not one specific thing I can mention, but I'll ramble a little bit.
Go ahead. We love people that ramble.
I think of Waldameer as my home because I'm there so often and I'm part of the ownership, but it's like you're throwing a party every day for a lot of guests. And so every day you're never done trying to get ready for all the people that come to your party. And, there's so much involved with trying to make it safe, make it enjoyable, make it affordable. But I think we try to succeed in that, so that we have free admission if you want to just come and walk around. And I think that's appealing to a lot of people who aren't really enthusiasts to ride rides. And so the question basically was, what makes me want to do that? It's thrilling to see the people who come to the park and come into the park and enjoying themselves. And it's rewarding to me to see the happy smiles and the faces and people who say, thank you for operating. This is a great place. That's what's rewarding.
Brilliant. Now, what are some of your favorite attractions or favorite rides? I know that's like asking which one's your favorite child, but which one? Give us like your top. How about like top 3 or top 5?
The Ravine Flyer 2 roller coaster is by far my favorite because I like roller coasters. And I would say then I'd go right to the Comet. Not so much the Steel Dragon because I can't spin anymore. I'm getting too old for that spinning motion. But I like the Extreme. I think the thrill of the Extreme is really a fun thing. And then just the traditional Wacky Shack is always great. And what else would I go ride on? The water park. I would love to go in the water park and go on, say, the Cannonball.
Ooh. Now, speaking of the water park, can you let us in on some future attractions that are coming this upcoming year?
We are starting construction. We're in the middle of construction, just beginning. We got a long way to go. But a big water ride that better debut next year. We got a lot to go, but it's a water coaster. So you ride 4 people in line, single file in a boat, which is more people can ride in one, at one time. So that's more fun. And then it's 67 feet high. So it's by far the highest water slide in our park. But most of the water slides just go by gravity and you go down the hill. But this one, as you go down, but in 3 sections, you get blasted up by water jets. So that extends the length of the ride. And it's also very thrilling when you get pushed up the hill. It's almost like it's kind of like when you're on a roller coaster going up the hill. You're getting driven up the hill, but you're getting wet and you're having fun at the same time. And then there's some very special sharp turns in it as well. And so that ride is 840 feet long. And the longest ride we have today in the water park is 340. So it's 2.5 times as long as, say, the Awesome Twosome. So it's going to be fun because more people can ride at once. You get more thrills and it's much longer.
Brilliant. Now, how do you guys come up with new ride ideas or like new rides for the park? How does that process work?
We do a lot of research with, number one, other parks. We try to travel to other parks and see what they're doing. We have friends at a lot of other parks, so we talk to them about what's working for them and what they like. That's where we get a lot of ideas. But also the manufacturers themselves are always promoting and trying to sell us rides as well. So there's a big convention in Orlando every year, which is actually this week, and we're not attending this year because we're trying to get this slide built. But that convention has the manufacturers from all over the world in one spot, and all their products are displayed, and that's really where you can get a lot of good ideas. Nice. And of course, Orlando is, I would say, a capital of the amusement park industry. There's so many things. There's Universal and Disney and a lot of other parks there that you can go to as well during that trip and get ideas and ride things and try them out.
Nice. Now, after this slide is built, after all is complete with that, what are some other things you're hoping to see in the park in the near future? Some things you'd like to add, or some things that you just hope Waldameer gets in the future?
Well, as I said, I like roller coasters. I really hope that we can build another roller coaster at Waldameer, and we have ideas on where that would go and how we would, what manufacturer we would use. We just have to we have to get a little bit more past COVID financially and see where it plays out. But roller coasters is a big interest of mine, and then some more family rides for young kids, so that in the amusement park I'm talking, so that young families can have more things to do in our park.
Brilliant. And you said it's a family attraction. It's a family thing. That also means people can apply for a family-friendly job. people can just really enjoy themselves. So speaking of jobs, how can one apply for a job at Waldameer?
Waldameer.com is our website, and on our website, you can go under About Our Park, and then Summer Jobs is a link, and you can apply right on our website. We get that, and then we would reply to that email and ask you to come to interview, or you can just come to our park and just walk in the door and say, "Hey, I'm interested in working. Tell me more about what you do here." And you can fill out a hand application like that's traditional, but the most people do it by the internet.
Nice. And why would you suggest that someone works at Waldameer? Like, why would if someone's on the fence about it, what would you tell them?
It's number one, we try to say that if you're going to work at Waldameer for the summer, you will make new friends. You will be outside most of your time at work, which to most people that is appealing in the summertime, and you get to interact with a lot of people. And if that's something that you're interested in, interacting with people and getting some experience interacting with people, then it's a great summer job. I think we pay pretty well, and we offer a lot of incentives for people who do a good job. We have some parties. There's food incentives. There's ride passes. So we try to make it a fun environment. And we think of I think of our employees as like a little family, even though maybe only just for the summer. And we try to treat them right.
Brilliant. And do you ever take time to just go from being Steve Gorman, the president, to just being Steve Gorman at Waldameer and just walk around, enjoy yourself a little bit?
It's pretty hard to do that. I'm pretty type A person, but I'll tell you that when things are not going well for me and I'm having a little bit of a struggle, what do? I go ride on the Ravine Flower 2. I get in line, I ride it, and I say, okay, that woke me up. Now I'm having fun. That's why I'm here.
Nice. So that brings up another follow-up question. What's your favorite memory from the park? Like, was there ever, say, an encounter that you had with someone that really stuck out to you, or just a favorite day that you've had at the park?
I would like to say more than one, but the opening day of the Ravine Flower 2 was always etched in my memory as something that was very exciting, very fun, and rewarding, because we had a lot of hard work to make that happen. And I had always hoped that it would be it would just be a really good attraction and worth all the hype. And I think we hit a home run.
Brilliant. Now I've got two more questions for you, because obviously our viewers can learn more on waldameer.com about the park, correct?
Yes.
Awesome. So my two questions to make this an official Buddycast. One, I'm going to split into two parts. But the first one is brought to me by our buddy Jonas Kane at #Positivity, who wants to know, in your own words, what does it mean to be someone's buddy?
Being someone's buddy means that you show respect for that person, but in addition to that, you care about them enough to help them in their time of need.
That's a great answer. That's a really great answer. And the final question that I have for you today is what we call the ultimate Buddycast buddy question. You ready for this one?
Go.
This one's going to come in two parts. The first part, for anyone who wants to be in a position like you in an amusement park, what is your advice to them?
If you're interested in working very long hours from April through September, and the main summer months, of course, if you're working at a park in the South, you could be open year round, but you have to understand that it's hard work and there's a lot of hours, but the reward is tremendous. I think that there's a lot of pieces that go behind the scenes to make it happen at any amusement park. And so if you can find what is really interesting to you that make that happen, you can be very valuable to that park by doing a really good job in that role. And then you take on more roles and just slowly grow in that business. And but visiting lots of parks, talking to lots of people in the industry is your best way to get in.
Brilliant. And the final question I have for you today, for anyone out there who is thinking about visiting Waldameer next summer, what's your advice to them?
Plan ahead. Look at our website. We will have our operating calendar on the website. Our price structure will be on our website. It's a little bit cheaper if you buy on our website directly, and be prepared to come and have fun.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Well, buddy, thank you so much for taking the time, for being on Buddycast, for joining us, for telling us about Waldameer. I sure hope to see you next summer. You know you're welcome back on the show anytime, though. If there's anything you want to promote, anything you want to talk about, you know where to come.
That's great. That's great. I thank you again.
Thank you. And I have one favor to ask you before we end the show. Whatever you do today, tomorrow, next week, next month, or even next year, please go be someone's buddy.
Guaranteed.
Alrighty. For all my buddies out there, this is my buddy Steve Gorman, president of Waldameer. Please, next summer, if you're in the Erie area, you have to check out Waldameer. It is one of the funnest places on earth, let alone Erie, Pennsylvania. Steve, thank you again for being a buddy here on Buddycast.
Take care. Thank you, buddy.
Yes, we'll catch you all next time here on everybody's favorite show, Buddycast.
Well, the days are going fast, buddy, we've got to make them last, buddy, before they've all gone past, buddy, tune in to Buddycast. Don't be nutty, go make it, buddy, here on Buddycast.